that the antidotes were available. And so they built it, the Lego robot as well as the circuit, and then they are going to demonstrate it.
The red's on, the red light's on. Cooking?
Yeah.
That's green.
Green again.
That was yellow.
Yellow.
And then red is,
So it is basically detecting the color which LED is on, and based on that it is lifting the cup.
yeah.
You can't see it, but she's changing the color of
The
the
colors
LEDs.
inside.
Okay, so now that you've seen it work, so let's show them the circuit. So show them the circuit inside so they can see. So just take this off so they can see the circuit. Well, however you want to. Oh, you pull the LEDs out.
Just switch it off.
Yeah, you want to turn it off.
And the hills will keep on swinging.
The gray button, please. Did you pop out the LEDs?
Yeah, they went out.
Long way to the module. Don't move it.
I can't see.
Another long way to the module.
Go ahead and push it. There you are. And then the red.
Did the students use a computer to program
Yep.
their?
Well, they use it to do the simulation, but they had to do the logic by hand. And so they do the logic by hand to figure out how to make it turn on a particular LED given a circuit. So they can turn on different LEDs depending upon the logic circuit. Now, you would think that they would need 3 different switches, but turn it around. By using logic, they're able to do off, red, yellow, green using only 2 switches because the combinations of the switches allows the logic to choose. So that's how computer logic. So they had to learn about binary and digital logic first before they can create the circuit. And then after they create the circuit, they have to then create an interface, which is what this is, to capture the light so that they can detect it through the Lego. So they have to program it in order to not only read the light, but to take an action based on what it read. And then again, they had to do this group by group by group. Okay, so which one's next?
Let's do the...
Let's do the stuff inside first. You guys ready for the bridge? Huh? Still drying? Okay, well, let's go outside and do the glider and the
Aeroplane.
airplane. So here's the airplane and who's doing the ROV in the airplane? Double check to make sure the motors are starting.
Oh, it's coming off?
Yeah, the motion just came out.
Has come off.
Okay, so we can test the
Everyone has gathered.
What happened?
first because the
All right, yeah, well, okay, let's go do the boat.
Wait, he has the date. He has the date.
Oh, I think we'll be fine.
Just make it ready.
Oh, yeah, he's fine. Oh, you have one. One engine went out. Now we are on an incline, so it's a little bit harder for him to do that, especially when he's hitting his hand, because those things hurt. All right. I think we have a little short circuit going on there. We have a loose connection there. No, it's just the circuits, I think. Let's see if we can get this thing here. I'm going backwards, I guess. So the idea is for it to use action-reaction in order for it to go. And again, we're on an incline, so it has a little bit of trouble here. So that's an example of an airboat. Awesome. There we go. All right, good job, guys. You guys ready for the airplane? All right, you might want to stand back. Is it going the right direction? We'll do it while I'm down here. Check it again, second. Yeah. Check it again. Try again. If you notice, the plane gathers lift. If it weren't connected to that, it would eventually fly away. Okay, then stop it. So if we were to connect this with a 9-volt battery, it would just, but because we can't control it, it would hit somebody and probably cause a major accident. But this is achieving flight. So all the students had were the motors and the balsa wood. They had to design the wings. They had to create what's called the angle of attack of the wings, which is the proper angle to get lift, and the dihedral, which they kept flat, which controls its rollover stability. They added the tail fin to give it a little bit more stability to go straight. So this is an example of creating flight from nothing. If we were to attach a battery and let it go, this thing would fly, but it has no maneuverability. So as soon as the air hit it, it would do this and probably hit some poor child riding his bike somewhere. But good job, you guys. All right, water treatment people.
Where are the buckets?
Excuse me.
Yes, you can show them.
Okay, so again, what would happen is water would be in a water tower, and through gravity it would flow. These are the testing stations. They test up front, so at some point, if there was some sort of contaminant in the water, you would redirect the flow away from the population, and you would treat the water, and then you would somehow get a pump. We didn't build that part to add it back into the water. But you want water testing and water flowing at the same time, because imagine if you turn on your shower, you don't want to have to wait 10 minutes for somebody to test the water. You want the water constantly being tested. All right, demonstrate. So you can see the testing is happening constantly, and the water is flowing here. But if, let's say, a pathogen were detected, you would turn off the water to the main flow. Keep adding more water in. You would turn off water to the main flow, and assuming that water was continually flowing in. And then you start having water being redirected to be treated. Okay. Yeah, that's right. So that's essentially how it would work. So the idea is you want water constantly flowing and constantly being tested. And at the earliest point in which you find some sort of contaminant, you redirect the water flow from the population. Because you don't want the population being contaminated. So that is our water flow project. And again, they have to design it, build it, create the testing unit from scratch. All we gave them were test tubes and valves. They had to create everything else themselves. The wood, they had to design, they built their own station. Okay, so let's go back in and the bridge. All right, bridge and ROV.